This man apparently doesn't understand that the children who have been walking out of school to protest the ICE actions have been doing so of their own accord. The teachers are not sending the students out to protest. As a matter of fact, the teachers don't want the kids to go out and protest as much as humanly possible because they want them in the classrooms learning the lesson plan so that they're not behind. But no, this guy's convinced that the teachers are sending them out there.
All right, so I just feel like this is something that everybody should be able to agree on. Republican, Democrat, Christian, atheist, whoever you are in America here, we should not be involving our kids in politics. It's just disgraceful. It's bad for the kids. The kids, they don't need to know this stuff. And I don't mean, if you're from a Republican home or a Democrat home, obviously the kid's gonna know. But like these school things that we're sticking kids, everybody's saying how all of these ICE procedures are bad and they're dangerous, and then they're sticking the kids out there to protest.
Nobody's sticking the kids anywhere.
What's wrong with you? That's our kids, man. If you think it's dangerous, don't put kids out there. They shouldn't. They don't even know what they're talking about. What they know is what the teacher told them. And that's my other thing is there should be no politics in the school. Right now, little Johnny and Susie, they're learning 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4. I don't think I ever knew whether or not my teachers were Democrat or Republican. They didn't try to force stuff down my throat. You know what they tried to force down my throat? Was Kentucky borders Illinois to the southeast. Texas, the bottom of Texas is shaped like a boot. All this shit that really don't matter. But that's what they shoved down my throat. I didn't know whether or not they were gay or straight or Republican or Democrat. Because why do you teach a kid that? And what is the kid? Kids now can't write in cursive. But they know whatever their teacher happens to believe. I don't care. Chances are I wouldn't like the teacher. But he or she might be a good teacher. So go ahead, teach my kid. Give them your knowledge, your book knowledge. Not I wouldn't put my kid in your house for you to raise them. So I don't want that knowledge being put in my kid. It should be, a teacher should lose their license the minute they put their political, religious beliefs or influences to work on the kids in their classroom just because they have a stage, a soapbox to stand on. That is not your time with my child to teach them who you voted for and mold their little simple minds. It's not your child. And if that was a class in my child's curriculum, my child would be absent from that. Now you're doing it in grade schools? This has got to stop, man. It's got to go away. The kids aren't a tool. They're not a pawn. We're supposed to guide these children and make them be self-sufficient, morally just adults. We're not making a political machine. That's not what the children are for.
Morally just.
I know a lot of the good people are standing up now, which is good. But even the people that maybe think it's a good idea really need to rethink this. And we need to save our future in these kids and just put out good, productive human beings. And they can figure out what they want to be when they're older. That's the speech I hear all the time. Let them figure it out later. Except for politics, religion, and sexuality. That, you got to push on them when they're young so they know what they are. Don't make no sense to me, man. I'm a simple fella, so...
No shit.
Just kind of think this is heading in a bad way.
I actually agree with you, sir. I actually agree with you that teachers shouldn't be pushing their politics on kids. Politics should be taught in the classroom as it's something that pertains to all of us as a general study and what's going on in the world today and what has happened in the world in the recent past and the far away past and all of that stuff. I agree with you. I've looked through your content and couldn't help but notice an absence of videos concerning what's around your neck there, that big ass cross. How do you feel about the religion being pushed in schools? Because I couldn't see a video about that. I didn't see a video about the Ten Commandments being in classrooms, the Ten Commandments being in principals' offices, Bibles being purchased for schools, prayer time, all of that. We didn't see a video on that. Why not? That is being pushed on our kids as well in multiple red states. And as far as the teachers go and what you want them to do with or not do with your kids, fair enough. Fair enough. You're a parent and you have a say. Totally understand that. Let me ask you a question. You said morally just people. How do the teachers teach the kids to be morally just unless the teachers impose some of their own morality in the lesson? Because what you deem morally just might not be what I deem morally just. And what I deem morally just might not be what you deem morally just. So, how do we make sure that they're morally just from an academic standpoint? You don't want personal opinions and viewpoints being taught in the school, and I agree. How do we make them morally just coming out of school? It seems to me the morality needs to be learned at home. And if that's the case, I'm going to go back to that thing that you have around your neck. Did you let your kids decide whether or not they were going to be Christians? Or did you take them to school? Did you baptize them and put them in Sunday school and tell them, here's where we're going every Sunday and this is the text that you're going to learn? Did you let them figure that part out? Or did you shove that down their throat? I'm just saying, man, I agree with you on one end, but if you're going to have that viewpoint, how about some fucking consistency through all of the points of life? You don't want somebody's politics being taught in the classroom? I agree. I don't want their religion being taught in the classroom either. I don't want their morality being something that they're imposing on my kids. Have some consistency with your viewpoints. Make a few more videos from the truck.